All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Blackford Sports Network, and with me for the next interview is the one and only Erin Cagle. Erin, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So, Erin, you are a three-sport athlete at
Two.
Blackford High School.
Oh,
No, no,
like,
no, no. Wait a second. Let me finish. You're a
oh, okay.
three-sport athlete because I remember a year that you played soccer. Now, you only played it 1 year, but you still played it. That makes you a three sport athlete at Blackford High School. What's that
Okay.
like being an athlete in that many sports um and not having a problem trying out new things?
Well, it always keeps me busy. I don't ever have free time to not do anything, so it's never a bad thing to stay busy.
That's right. That's right. And what made you play soccer that 1 year?
My mom.
Your mom forced you?
Yeah. Well, my mom and Gary Rowan forced me.
So your mom grabbed you by the ear and drug you to the soccer field and held you in front of the soccer coach and said, "Here's my daughter. Don't let her leave."
Well, she told me to get in the car. I was going to practice, so yeah. I ended up enjoying it though.
Yeah. Why didn't you keep playing?
I just nothing against soccer, just wasn't my thing.
Just wasn't your thing. All right. I mean that.
No.
Hey, things weren't my thing either back in the day. So
I enjoy watching soccer, just playing it wasn't my thing.
I understand. I understand. So your other two sports are basketball and softball. Which one is your favorite?
I like playing basketball more and I understand basketball more, but everyone seems to tell me I'm better at softball, so
Well, now, which one is your favorite?
I like playing basketball more.
That hurts my feelings.
I'm sorry. Growing up, it used to be softball. So like when I played for you, it used to be softball, and then like I got in high school, and I don't know, in junior high, basketball became my favorite.
Yeah, well, high school softball is a lot different than what we used to play back in the day.
It is.
All right, so I've been asking everybody so far what's their future plans after graduation. So what are you going to do after graduation?
I'm gonna go to Ball State, and I'm gonna for an undecided major. So I'm just gonna take some classes to figure out what I want to do.
Now, do you have any classes or any majors that you're thinking about?
I thought about like sports medicine, maybe physical therapy, and maybe special education.
Oh, special education has a special place in my heart. I have an aunt who is quote unquote special needs. So I always loved hearing her talk about her teachers
Hmm.
back when we were growing up. So if you do choose that, you'll always have a supporter in me.
Yeah, I my junior year I joined Unified Football, and it really like opened my eyes on what I want to do with my life.
So you're a four sport athlete.
If you want to say that.
Hey, unified football is really cool
Hmm.
to watch. I got the pleasure of broadcasting one of the games, and that was really a lot of fun.
It was
So
fun playing it.
what made you decide to do unified?
Well, when after I played soccer my freshman year, and then I had my sophomore year off, I was like, well, I mean, I'm doing nothing but like going to basketball workouts, softball workouts. I need something to do to keep me busy. So then this opportunity came at my junior year. So I was like, I'll try this, something new. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it looks like you have a lot of fun out there. So for the people that don't know what unified football is, can you explain it?
Yeah. So unified football is like, it's basically like flag football, but like it's with kids who can't participate in like regular football and stuff like that. And so usually we're called partners. Like people like me are like partners, and then there's athletes that are like them. So you have like three partners and two athletes on the field at a time, and it's basically just like the regular games of football, like flag football when you're younger. it's just basically that, but like only 5 people.
Right. So you guys did really well this year and last year, right?
Yeah.
All right. So how far did you go? Because you guys have a postseason just like every other sport.
It's just like sectional, semi-state, state, everything.
Yeah. So how well have you guys done in the last couple of years?
Well, I didn't go to sectionals this year because I had my SAT, so I couldn't make it. So I think I don't really remember how well they did, but I know my junior year we lost the first round. We probably played the best team in the sectionals the first round.
That happened.
Yeah.
What about last year? Last year you
No,
couldn't go, right?
no, this year I couldn't go. Last year we
Oh.
played like the best team.
Oh, okay. And so you've done a lot with basketball and softball. How were
Mhm.
those? How were those going? I mean, you guys had a new coach this year. You've had Jack Norton for the last, I don't know how long Mr. Norton's been coaching, but it's been a while, right?
Mhm.
So, what was that transition like going from Coach Norton to Coach Waters?
Well, it's different. They both have different coaching styles. We play different with Norton than we did with Waters. Um, but I enjoyed. I had 2 years of Norton, 2 years of Waters. I enjoyed all 4 of them. They are 2 totally different people. We play different styles, so the transition was difficult at first because you're used to playing with Norton for the past couple of years, and then with Waters. So Tyler's trying to let the dog in. Um, so it was difficult transition at first, but like after you get the hang of it, it's like it was easier my senior year than it was my junior year playing with Waters. Both of them were good coaches. I learned something from basketball from both of them, so and life lessons from both of them. So
Right on. So now, not only with basketball, did you have? I mean, you guys had some really big struggles your first 3 years, and then this year you guys made a turnaround just like the boys did. What was that like? Actually going out there and winning some games um, with this new basketball style.
it was fun. It was a blast. I don't want to take anything away from my first 2 years though, because it's not all about winning, you know.
Right.
But I can't say winning wasn't more fun. But like my first 2 years were also a blast too. Like I made really close friends my first 2 years of basketball and my last 2 years of basketball. But I can say that winning was definitely way more fun than losing. But
Right. I
and
mean, hey, your brother went through a really tough career in basketball. He was
oh yeah,
part of that 1 in 72 or whatever season, but I never seen any of those guys drop their head or say that or badmouth anybody or say that it wasn't
yeah,
any fun. They had fun. It was just winning's difficult. So I don't want to say that losing is bad or
oh yeah,
and it's only all about winning. I'm just talking about you know the way you guys played and you worked together. What are the differences
oh yeah,
in in I mean, you guys seem to have a little bit more fun, this year winning, and you've had that same
hmm
struggles that your brother went through with basketball. So, and I know he had a lot better time his
yeah. His senior
senior
year.
year than he did his freshman, sophomore, junior. So, I mean, what were some of the lessons, the life lessons that you learned in those 3 losing seasons as compared to this last season where you guys actually started winning some?
So like the past 3 seasons, we couldn't get like one of the biggest lessons was we always got mad at each other, and there was always the drama and all that. So like the past 3 seasons, or yeah, 2 or 3 seasons, we really had. I learned that we had to like stay together. Like um, even if we were losing, don't hang our heads. Um, keep stay in the fight. Even if the score was 40 some to like 20. We had to stay together as a team because that's what we were. We were a team. We weren't against each other. And that was one of the biggest lessons we had to learn, was to not turn our backs against each other.
There you go. That's what I was looking for there. And when you do that, you tend to have more fun when you're encouraging each other than you do when you're fighting with each other.
Yeah, my senior year, the team we still had our drama and our nitpicks and stuff, but like we were super close. I mean, D1 this year was my senior year was so much more fun than the past couple of years. I mean, we had fun at Sky Zone together, just had fun in our dorm rooms together. Like, just being together was way more fun this season than what has been in the past. So we are so much closer this year.
There you go. Now, you've also went through some changes in softball, big changes in Blackford County, apparently. So, your first 2 years, you had two
Coach
different
Lyons.
coaches, huh?
I had
Coach Lyons your freshman year,
and sophomore
and then you
year.
had, huh?
I had my sophomore year too.
I thought you had that other lady. I don't remember her name. I feel bad now. Or was that your junior year? She was the soccer coach too.
She's the JV coach.
Abby? Oh, yeah, Abby. I thought she was the head coach one of those years.
No, she was the JV. She's the JV my sophomore year.
Oh, okay. So you had Coach Lyons your freshman year, your sophomore year, and then your junior year, and that was supposed to be your senior year. You had your dad as your coach. What was that like?
It was difficult. I think my sophomore year coach's transition was way more difficult than my basketball one, just for the fact that he was my dad. So like me and my dad had learned a lesson. What happened on the field stayed on the field. We didn't bring it back home. My mom had to stress that a lot, because we would get home from games and me and my dad would still be going at it and fighting. And so I remember him, we were on the couch, he was on the couch, and he had a bat in the living room, and he was like, "This is what you're doing wrong, blah, blah, blah," after a game late at night. So we really had to work on the transition of you had to be a dad and daughter at home and not a coach and player. So that was really difficult.
There was another high school coach that told me that several years ago when I started coaching Alexa. And he told me that a long time ago. He goes, "Listen, your biggest problem is going to be separating what happens on the field and what happens at home." And that was something that I had to take a while to get used to. So I can completely understand that.
Yeah. Well, before
it's
my
very
dad was
difficult.
Before my dad was a softball coach, he helped Coach Egan at the baseball. So I seen Tyler go through it with my dad, and so it wasn't as bad as Tyler had it, but him being the head coach gave him more power. So it was like still a little bit of adjustment for him too.
Yeah, but your dad's
now
been
Macy
your
gets
coach.
it more than I do. Macy gets it more.
Your dad's been your coach for quite a while, because I'm actually sitting here looking at a picture of you in T-ball, and there's your mom and your dad sitting behind everybody.
Yeah.
So your dad's been, and then I remember 8th grade, your dad was your basketball coach.
Yeah, he was my travel coach. I had Coach Schick for a little bit, and then he did the Boomer with us. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, your dad's been there for a lot of your extracurricular activities.
Yeah. It's been fun with my dad, but it's also we butted heads a lot too. So
it builds character, right?
Yeah. I know he's my first coach, and he's supposed to be my last coach too. So.
Yep, and he was. Well,
yeah.
Nope. I guess you can't say that because Mitch would have been your last coach.
Yeah. Yeah, we only got 4 practices, and so.
Yeah. So what is that like, having your senior year halted by this coronavirus?
It kind of sucks. I know softball wise, we were all looking forward to the season. It was gonna be a blast. We had so much to prove. We had 4 mandatory practices, and we could already tell that we were gonna surprise some people this year. So it definitely sucks, but you can't. I have to keep a positive mind about it. So.
Yeah, and that you do. And if there's anybody that can keep a positive mind about something, it's you. I don't think I've ever seen you have a bad day.
No.
Erin, you always have a smile on your face, and that's what I like about you.
I try.
Yeah, you keep trying or you keep doing. I know you've got it in you. Is there anything that you want to say before we cut it out? You want
No.
to thank anybody?
Um, I want to thank you, Steve, for always broadcasting our games and stuff, and my parents and my whole family, my grandparents, always coming out and supporting me. Every coach and teammate I've always had, they've always supported me too.
That's right. That's what I was looking for. Hey, was this interview that bad?
No, it wasn't.
See, I've had people say that they don't want to come on because they think it's going to be too hard. They don't like to be public speaking.
Yeah, I don't have good speaking skills, so I was kind of worried about it. I mumble a lot. I talk way too fast, but
Ah, you were great. You were great. All right, so now you just
thanks.
need to go talk all your friends into coming out and doing an interview with me.
Give me
You
a
need to
list. I'll
tell
get them on.
you need to tell them how easy it was. Well, you stick around and we'll keep going. I'll stop the recording and I'll
Okay.
tell you exactly who it was.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Erin.